Władek Szpilman was a Polish-Jewish pianist. He was born in 1911 in Sosnowiec, Poland. He was a trained pianist at the Chopin School of Music in Warsaw. In 1935, he became house pianist for Polish State Radio in Warsaw. In 1939, the Nazis established ghettos in many Polish cities, including Warsaw. The Szpilman family didn't have to relocate because they already lived in an apartment in a ghetto. He worked as a pianist in restaurants in the ghetto to help support his family, which includes his mother, father, 2 sisters, and brother. In 1940, all of the Jews living in Warsaw were forced to move into the Warsaw Ghetto. A wall was constructed separating them from the rest of the city. Tens of thousands of people living in the Warsaw Ghetto died from starvation, illness, and poverty. In 1942, his family was given the orders out of the Warsaw ghettos to the death camps at Treblinka. More than 5,000 Jews a day were being transferred out of the Warsaw Ghetto. While his family was being loaded in the rail car, he was able to escape loading by the help of a family friend who threw him on the ground and told him to run away. He begins the next stage of his survival. First, he performs forced labor in the ghetto. Then he decides to escape looking for a young woman musician. He hides in an apartment just outside the ghetto walls, watching the heroic ghetto. On the run, he later witnesses the Polish uprising in August 1944. During this uprising, German army troops moved into the areas with tanks, rapid-fire artillery, and ammunition trailers to kill the Jews. The Germans shot 7,000 and transported 7,000 to the death camp at Treblinka. In Treblinka, Szpilman's family was transported there. As they were boarding the train, an unknown hand pulled him away to safety. However, and he watched as his family was sent to their deaths. In 1960, Poland erected a massive monument at Treblinka comprising of 17,000 stones. In months followed after the deaths of Treblinka, Warsaw was largely destroyed and abandoned. Szpilman barely survived and moved from a burned building to hiding in an abandoned building. In 1944, Szpilman was found by a German officer hiding in an abandoned building. The officer didn't kill Szpilman, surprisingly. The officer found out he played on the piano and asked Władek to play on the piano they had found. After that, the officer showed Szpilman a better place to hide and brought him bread and jam. He also offered Szpilman one of his coats to keep him warm. Captain Wilhelm Hosenfeld, which is a German officer, died in a Soviet prisoner of war camp in 1952. Szpilman tried to rescue Hosenfeld, but he died earlier. The Nuremberg Laws were 2 base measures depriving Jews of rights, designed by Hitler and approved by the Nazi Party. These laws forbid marriage or sexual relations between Jews and citizens of German or kindred blood. Jews couldn't fly the German flag. They cannot exercise the right to vote. Luckily, Władek Szpilman didn't go through these hardships. He only saw the harsh killings and terrible stuff going on. Despite the horrible stuff Szpilman went through during the Holocaust, he wrote a memoir about his survival in Warsaw in 1945. The memoir was called The Pianist. Szpilman got his old job back at the Polish radio, gave concert performances, and composed extensively. He died in Warsaw in 2000. At the time of death, Szpilman was one of the best known and most popular musicians of post-war Poland.